Welcome to another episode of the DJ Force X podcast. On today's episode, I'm joined by two of the driving forces behind a German Berlin's rising rock band, Seven Blood. I have Oli Arnold and Azaria Nazari. Oli is a guitarist. Azari is the vocalist. They both bring a unique blend of sonic intensity to this music. They're on the cusp of releasing their debut album, Life is Just a Phase. We're going to dive into that and a lot more. But first off, welcome, Oli. Welcome, Azara.
Thanks.
Hello. Thanks for
Oh,
having us. Thanks for
absolutely.
these kind words.
My pleasure. Trying to make this sound as professional as possible, you see.
Yeah.
Um, got to put in some kind of effort. But no, yeah, welcome to the show. How are you both doing today?
Really good, I think. As I already said, it's pretty, yeah, it's getting more intense because of the album release is not that far away anymore. And yeah, but we're ready for the journey.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Usually I'm very getting sleepy in this time of year because the darkest season is approaching, but not this year.
No.
This year I'm highly energized.
No time to sleep. Yeah.
There's no time to sleep when you're releasing that, especially it's a debut album as well. And you are self-releasing as well. You're doing it yourself. Is that correct, or have you got?
It's partly correct. We do it together with The Orchard. We're
Okay.
kind of a distribution label company,
Yep.
and yeah,
Cool. So you kind of got your own label, but you got a distribution deal. Is that how?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I know how that works. I did that with my first album, um, many years ago. We're talking 20 plus years ago. But we had a distro deal and released it through that and did pretty much everything else ourselves.
Great, but 20 years ago, this is really indie,
Yeah. Yeah. This is.
really DIY.
Yeah, that's how they put it. Uh, but your album's out on the 21st of November. It will be available across all platforms. I'm just going to let everyone know. They can go and pre-save it now. I believe it's on. I've already checked. It's on Apple Music. You can pre-save it on there, and they've got a few tracks out as well. You can listen to before we. If anyone wants to just go listen to their music, they can go do that now, and then come back and listen to this chat. But yeah, it's all out now. You've also got CDs and vinyl available as well. Nice physical product, which I totally appreciate being a vinyl person. I'm very like I love like especially like bands like yourselves, like new bands, debut album, you're going straight in with that physical product.
Yeah.
Because a
Yeah.
lot of bands skip that on their first releases, they go straight digital, which is fine, and they come back to CDs and vinyl and cassette tapes later on. But from your website, I can see you've got packages, pre-order packages available right now.
That's
Um,
true. I
which
think we're really into these physical products. We like having just a real vinyl record in your hand. I mean, especially when it's your debut album, right?
yeah.
It's just really an important part of our lives, and so it's even better just celebrating it with a physical product.
Yeah, and it's something you can own. It's something there tangible. It's not like you've put it out into the ether, if you will. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's actually there. But what I'd like to do first as well, like just as we've kind of gone over a little bit about the album and stuff, but what I want to go is wind it back a little bit. I'd like to know your origin story. So how did this band get together? What is your background? Whoever.
Well, Oli and Anfi, they made music together, played in a band before, so a drummer, and so they knew each other already.
Okay.
But they were looking to start a new project, and so we just met and talked about music and found
Yeah.
out that we have some interests in common and some things we agree on, and so we just thought about trying it. And then the coronavirus hit, and this idea was on a break for a few years, and we tried again after 3 years, I think, or 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And then we met for a session, and we wrote our first first song in this session. So, and this was the moment where we thought we should continue doing this together.
Yeah, so obviously coming out of obviously Corona, like we're now 5 years down the line, I think, from all that.
Yeah.
Um, and you know that obviously the landscape has changed when it comes to music, especially. But how have you guys kind of just sort of found that, like obviously bringing into your have you either of you released music before?
Not with this band, but I
Oh,
mean, as Azaria already said, it's Anfi and me. We know each other since we're 12 years old, so we're
okay.
practically brothers from different mothers. But uh, yeah, we do music ever since, and we played in different bands and played in the punk band for a couple of years, and
Okay.
um, I think it was time just to split up the band. Was yeah, not the vibe anymore. And so over the pandemic, or as Cesaria said, before the pandemic, I already met her at a party, I think, in a pub. And a friend of mine
Great.
just said, she's just a damn great singer. And I said, I always wanted to do this kind of music, this
Yeah.
kind of metal guitar-based music with a female voice. And we already spoke about this before the pandemic, but yeah, then just 3 or 4 years went on, and then we met again. Just really, let's do it now.
Yeah.
And then we came together, and yeah, in the first session, the song, as Aria talked about, was "Killing from the Inside." We wrote it
Okay.
within. It was kind of a blind date situation where nobody was expected, or nobody knew what to expect, and we met Anfi Azaria and me in a studio in Berlin, and yeah, we just started deciding what kind of music we do, what song to write, and all these super important things happen within just 2 or 3 hours.
Mm.
And so we realized if we just can decide those massive decisions within seconds or hours, it's probably a good choice and a good match.
Yeah. No, definitely. That's actually one of my favorite songs off this album.
Oh, really?
Oh, great.
Yeah, I've got it highlighted in front of me. It's like that and
Okay.
Not Your Misery and what was the other one? Monsters. Really like that.
Oh, great.
The whole album's great, by the way. I'm not just like picking those.
Thank you.
It is awful. But no, I've highlighted three of like because your press person sent me the album, thankfully, and I've been able to actually listen to it on the go because it's not just a streaming link; it was actually a download link, so I can put it on my thing. And
That's okay.
when I'm walking, I can do that because my phone's not great at doing it at the moment. So, but yeah, no, it's a fantastic album. And that was yeah, I say that killing from the inside was one of the highlights for me on there, and obviously finding that as like your first song as well.
Yeah, it was a birthing hour. This is where we were brought into this world with this
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can feel that from it, but I just really connected with it. Um, but yeah, like I said, the whole album's great. And it's like I said, there's a few tracks already sort of out there that people can listen to. I know Strangers is on the pre-download, if you will, the pre-order part of it. But there's some other track singles that you've released throughout the past. Oh, what was it? I did have them in front of me a second ago, but I'm gonna have to go look them up again because they're not in front of me at the moment. But yeah, anyway, people can go and check out Seven Blood on. I'll just go to the streaming services. They can find the tracks on there. They'll find
Yeah.
them. But yeah, no, so and those are real good taster tracks as well for the album itself. And yeah, I mean, I mean, I wouldn't be talking to you if I didn't enjoy the album. Let's put it that way. But yeah, no, it's a great album. But what's obviously, you got this album together. What was the initial plans for it? Was it always going to be an album, or was it a sort of you were going to do a bunch of EPs or anything like that, or is that the sort of like was the end goal, the whole concept out or the whole album, I should say?
It was really not a concept from the beginning on. I mean, the moment we talked about when we met to write Killing from the Inside was really a day and a moment where all three of us were really in a bad mood and really in a not good, yeah, not definitely not a good vibe. And we just came together, just yeah, just writing our hearts out, and just this moment was really intense. And just days after it, I just realized that we just wrote a song within 2 hours or 3 hours, and things were super honest and super pure. And so from that moment on, we just figured out that we can have this kind of therapy sessions on, which our songwriting was going to be like. And um, So we talked for hours, and then we just took the guitar or the piano or whatever, and just wrote another song. And so it was really not a concept; it just came together
Yeah.
organically over the weeks. And then after, I remember Azaria was telling me that we need a band name, and I said, as long as we don't have 5 or 6 songs, we there's no need for a band name.
Mm.
And then we just wrote song number 7 or something, and she just kept reminding me, we need a band name. It's already song number 7. And
Where
yeah,
am I going to tell people? Woo.
yeah. And so things came together, and we just got some help from Dan Weller, a wonderful producer and
Yes.
mixer
Yep.
from the UK.
Yep.
And he was a great support. And we did our homework in our studio in Berlin, and he just did his part in the UK. And so we did it via the internet. We first
Okay.
met, I think, in September last year. And yeah, it just came together step by step. And I think the things got much faster when we started to release the first single. When we started to release Killing from the Inside in June 24, we just got the offer to support Underoath in Berlin. And at this point, we got this offer, but we only had about five to 6 or 7 songs, and but not really a live set. It was just kind of unfinished tracks. And we talked about it, and yeah, said that's a chance and that's a challenge. Let's do it. So we had our first show with Underoath in Berlin, in front of 1,000 people, and which was totally insane because we never played a show together before,
I was
and
gonna say,
it was really a crazy moment. And then things came together pretty quickly, so we had the chance to support Future Palace after that, and Anchor and Conquer Divide on another European tour. And yeah, it all just got quicker and quicker, and so here we are.
I was about to say that was your first show, and obviously I know who Under Oath are. I know how big a crowds they pull. So how was that as a obviously I know you said you've been in bands before, but playing this new material to, you know,
Well,
an unknown crowd for your, like, for everybody. So
Yeah.
your first show, their first time seeing you, how was that? Like, how did you feel? I guess is the one, the ultimate word I'm thinking, because I can only feel like I'll be like absolutely like petrified. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like but yeah, how did that feel?
well, for me, it was my first show ever, to be
Okay.
honest.
All right.
Yeah.
This is a
So I've
proper
never played in a band
baptism. That's
before. It's my
mad.
first band I'm singing in the karate music in. And after we went off the stage, I was so relieved because it was so much fun and I really enjoyed it. And I just felt that this is the place where we belong.
Yeah.
And although we didn't we didn't get to try it before in front of a live audience, it felt so natural. And I was so nervous before, and I couldn't talk to anyone 10 minutes before the show started. But after we finished, I was so relieved and so happy, and I could finally really enjoy it because I knew this is the right thing to
Yeah.
do.
It's amazing. I love that. Kind of just really thrown into the fire there. I was like,
Yeah, truly.
Yeah, this was really a crazy moment because I was scared as shit before the show. And I knew that everyone is probably a great person and it's great to be together. And but I had no clue how it's going to be on stage. And I mean, when you're on stage, there are always things that yeah, where's no control. And
yeah,
yeah, but I think when the intro started, I was just super excited. And I think in the second or third song, I realized, okay, it works. It works in a way.
phew.
And then I think in song 5 or 6, everyone was really feeling it and was pretty down with what's happening here. And the audience was great to us and super welcoming. Really a great, just a blessing for a first show.
Yeah.
And
And also Under Oath, they were so kind
yeah,
and
also on the
so
roof, super
welcoming.
welcoming. And when we went into the venue, the guys just said hi and said, "Hey, you're from Berlin, and where did you play the last time?" And I just said, "Yeah, it's we're just pretty new." And but it didn't say that this is our very first show. And after our show, the guitar player just came into our wardrobe and in the green room and just said, "You just damn lied to me. It was your first show, but it was insane." And this was really, really super nice, guys. And I'm super thankful that these guys just gave us a chance to play the very first show.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it was totally worth it. I mean, it was just 2 months of super stress and writing songs and
Yeah.
just creating a set that makes sense and that's yeah, exciting to the people. And yeah, there was a moment where the pace increased.
Yes.
And to be fair, we already knew that we worked creatively, but to know, to have the proof that we work under high pressure as a team,
Yeah.
that was also
It
another
was new, yeah.
box we could check.
Yeah. I was going to say, what did you learn from each other doing that? But obviously, that's a huge one because, like, you're running into this, like, it is a huge show. It's not like a tiny show in a pub where
Mm.
you can make mistakes. People are not really expecting much of you. They're kind of in their own world. You're going to a show with, it's going to be thousands of people. um,
Yeah.
because of the headliner. And you know what kind of, obviously you've heard the headliner's music and all that kind of stuff, but then, you obviously, I know you said you played with various members before, but did you like, was there anything else that you learned from each other during that show? Obviously it was the moment of like, yes, this is right.
During the show, I mean, I think especially in the weeks before, I mean, we just learned a lot from each other. I think
Yeah,
what I really like is Azaria is so focused on what she's doing. I don't have the feeling that I just have to support everything just to keep the
yeah,
train rolling. She's just, yeah, keeping the head over water always, even if the entire back line breaks down, as we already experienced in Stuttgart or in Birmingham.
Birmingham, yeah.
Birmingham, yeah. So yeah, we had heavy, a pretty yeah struggle with the power supply, and so yeah. But nevertheless, yeah, this is probably the moment of truth, and and yeah, that's so great, and I really appreciate that. And I think we just could grew together as a team. I think because I think a band is always like a sports team or whatever. I mean, you cannot do it alone or on your own. Or probably there are people who can do it, but I think we always understood this band as a team.
yeah,
So what I learned is to trust the process. So before I I wasn't need to know what the next step is and what the step afterwards is. And with the guys and Josie, I learned to
yeah.
seize the moment, not make myself too crazy about what could happen, and just go with the flow.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge when you're in a band because there is so many things that can go through your head that what could go wrong, and you convince yourself
Yeah,
that they will go wrong, and you try and prep for it. You try and like as a guitarist or as whatever instrument you're playing. What if a string breaks? What if a stick breaks? What if a skin breaks? What if the microphone's not working? There's all
yeah,
these things, and you're like,
Yeah, sure.
you're right. You then have to just trust the process because if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. You improvise, and
Yeah.
that's what I
yeah.
learned from all my years of doing this. And like I DJ and stuff as well, so there's still that element in my head of like actually saying that on Friday night, my controller corrupted. I've got a DJ controller and it runs off a hard drive, and the hard drive corrupted, so my files weren't playing properly. So I had to like I bought a backup drive and everything, but I was panicking for like 5 minutes, like
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
even think that would happen. Um, when I first started using it, yeah, it went through my head. But you know, things go wrong. But it's just about how you deal with it. And I found another memory card with a backup on it
Okay.
right here. Popped it
Don't
straight.
lose it.
I'm not gonna do this. Right here. It's right here. It's safe.
Okay.
I'm not DJing for another couple of weeks now, so I'm fine.
Okay.
But yeah, no, and yeah, and just sort of like trusting the process. That's huge. Like getting to know. I mean, from that first show as well, because sometimes it can take ages. It can take multiple shows before you even trust one piece of your equipment. Uh,
Mm.
That's true. That's true.
but yeah, no, that's really cool. And like you say, you went on to do other tours and stuff. You've played England before then? 'Cause
Yeah, twice. I mean, we played together with Future Palace in Manchester and London, and we toured with the Anchor and Conquer Divide.
yep.
And then we played a lot of UK cities like London, Manchester, Bristol,
Newcastle, Bristol,
Newcastle, yeah,
Birmingham.
Birmingham, and Glasgow.
And you are coming back. I've got the dates in front of me.
It's
Um,
true.
you got a couple of tours actually coming up. You've got one going through Germany, by the looks of it, with As Everything Unfolds and Evil.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Um, and then you got another one bunch going through Germany, France, and then you hit Kingston, London,
Mhm.
Fighting Cocks with Lestel. Um, And yeah, I mean, if anyone's interested, the dates are, if you want to go see them in Germany, they're in November from the 19th. And then you've got in 19th to the 23rd. And then you've got January next year, starting in Germany. And then you're going to Paris on the 20th. And then you're in London on the 21st.
Yeah,
It's exciting. You're getting all
yeah.
these tours. Doing really well for a new band. Um, so I mean, with that, like with the tours and everything you've had, and now having an album on its way, how do you feel it's going to change for you guys, or if you feel it's going to like, do you think it's more people are going to obviously know the songs more? You've got obviously something to obviously more to play when it comes to that. But what is your sort of if you have any expectations of these tours and the release?
I think for me, it's just really the start for this journey. I mean, we have some of these songs written for a month, and I just want to get it out to the people. And I just want to give the people a chance to understand our crazy brains. And yeah, I think it's just a start, and I think we're all already ready writing new music, working on another record or another song. And so it's just the start of another process. So I mean, it's I think everyone is super hyped about the situation we're in, and it's super great to have these opportunities playing these shows. And yeah, just want to do the best music as possible.
Nice. And how about you? Um,
I don't really I haven't thought about it because it can be scary to think about it. But I think for me it's more like an exclamation point to the world, like this is us,
yep.
look at us. But for me personally, I feel like it's, as Ollie said, just the start. So it's not like there's the like a break in the process. It's just the starting line for us to continue to do what we luckily enjoy doing.
Beautiful. I love that. But yeah, it's I mean, you got November. It's coming around. It's November 21st, everybody. The album. Life is just a phase. I'm just gonna plug it again for you. Um, but you can get it, like I say, go to Seven Blood. You can pre-order it, get the physical if anyone wants the physical product. But also it's the pre-saves as well. That helps you guys. So anyone wants to go do that, then go do that on their favorite streamer of choice. But yeah, no, I've got a couple of questions left for you before I let you go, if that's all right, guys.
But
So these are individual. Well, they are for each of you. These are my sort of like ending questions for my podcast. I like to ask every artist that I've had on here, and it's a good way of me of discovering new music as well potentially. So what I want to find out from each of you is your three most pivotal records. Now, what I mean by that is not the top three records of all time for you. I'm on about the one you heard like when you were younger and you're like, oh my God, I want to be a singer, or I want to play guitar, or I want to be in a band. Things like that, those albums. And it doesn't have to define, it doesn't have to be rock, doesn't have to be in that sort of thing. It's like, because I know when I was younger, a lot of pop music, a lot of generic pop music was sort of an influence for me, but then I heard Motorhead and I was like, That's it. I love that. Um,
So Motorhead is really your pivotal moment.
it was because they starred in a TV show.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had a sitcom called The Young Ones,
yeah.
and they used to have this like musical break in the show for random reason. It was a comedy show, but it was like they had a montage playing, but they had actually had the band playing in the background. So they had a few other bands on it over time, like pop bands and stuff. But Motorhead came on and played Ace of Spades while they were doing this like montage trying to get to a TV studio. Um, and I was like probably 6, 7 years old watching that, and I'm like, what's this?
Oh wow.
Into the pop music and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Really like this, like just noise.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's Lemmy live on TV playing this track, um, and and that was like the moment I kind of like, yeah, heavy music, and I sort of sought out more from there. So like Iron Maiden, Guns N' Roses at the time. We're talking like the 80s here, so it's like those sort of bands at the time
Yeah.
where I was allowed to, because a lot of them had parental guidance stickers on
Oh,
them.
really? Okay.
That's my dad's buying me a certain album. He goes, no, because there's like swearing and profanity in it. And I was like, oh.
Okay, okay.
And then later on, I find out he's got like Iron Maiden tapes and everything like that. So I'm like, come on. He had the cassette tapes. Anyway, but yeah, that was my like, one of my pivotal sort of like,
That's great. Yeah.
I saw that, and it was just happened to be Motorhead, who, legendary band. Um, but yeah, what are yours like? If you can pinpoint any throughout your lives, are there any sort of specific, like even if it's just individual tracks? Um,
I can start with when I was 12 years old, I discovered Nirvana. I think it was 9 years after Nevermind came out in 2000.
yep,
And I was obviously too late to the party, but nevertheless, um,
good.
I just couldn't believe how this is possible.
Yeah,
The energy and the voice and everything on this record is just insane. And it just kept me, yeah, it just got me into this universe of rock music. And um, another record that I was listening to really often was when I was on vacation with my parents was Pump from Aerosmith.
oh yeah, yeah.
And I didn't realize that it was this important, but many years later, I always come back to this record and I remember so many specific parts of the songwriting and what the band is doing, and it's just a great record.
Yeah,
And without knowing it, but it had so much influence.
it's really cool. That's such a good album as well.
Yeah, it is. It's
I,
crazy. I could hear it today and it's still great.
yeah, yeah. A lot of those albums from back then even sound like production wise sound
Yeah,
amazing.
massive.
Do you have a third?
The third one is maybe a bit harder because these two records are they definitely had their moments.
Okay.
And I think yeah, I had some periods where I was yeah. I was into Guns N' Roses for a while, but also in Green Day. So I was just uh yeah, shifting between these punk and metal
Okay.
worlds or rock worlds.
It's
And
eclectic.
so, but it was never that really huge influential moment I had with Nirvana or probably Aerosmith.
Okay. All
My
right.
dad was listening to Deep Purple. I was
Okay.
listening to, but this was really kind of dad's music.
Yeah, but you must have heard it when you were younger as well.
Yeah.
And sort of, you do wonder because it's like a lot of my sort of like rock stuff that after I sort of found that, because mum and dad were separated, so I wasn't with my dad, but he was more into rock music as it
Mhm.
turned out. As I went through his record collection and tape collection, I found out all these albums that he refused to buy me. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, obviously, just hearing stuff when you're younger, like hearing, like, I mean, we had like things like Eric Clapton and what else did he used to listen to on the rock side of things? Obviously, I'd already mentioned like Iron Maiden and things, but it was just sort of, that kind of like guitar rock was the main thing for him. So it was things like Eric Clapton, The Shadows, stuff like that he would listen to. But nothing like Motorhead. Motorhead was full on distortion and like what the hell was that? Um, but, But Azaria, what about yourself?
So, in the subject of parents, my parents also listen to a lot of music. And coincidentally, there was one song that I listened or I heard for the first time when I was 6 or 7, and I could not forget about it. It was tattooed to my brain, and it was actually Nirvana.
All right.
It was a heart-shaped box, and I could never forget the song again. I just loved it so much. So I think that was like one of the first moments I could now think back of eye-opening for me.
Yeah.
So heart-shaped box by Nirvana, the song. And as in albums, well, I am a die-hard Paramore fan. So Paramore, Brand New Eyes, the album opened my brain again, cracked it open.
Yep.
And when I saw the band live for the first time, it was the moment I decided this is what I want to do. So yeah, this was the moment. And also musically eye-opening for me was Enter Shikari.
Oh wow.
So I listened to a lot to A Flash Full of Colors or Common Reds. So
Yep.
this is also why I was fangirling when we worked with Dan Weller. So many things happening here. So,
Yep.
but
You never told him.
yeah, never told him. Maybe, hopefully
So
next
now it's
time.
out to the world.
Find it somehow now. So
So yeah, those are my records.
nice, nice. I mean, it's a good mix there as well. Like obviously Nirvana for both of you. That's awesome. Heart
Yeah.
is a great track. Paramore though, yeah, my younglings, my children are into Paramore. They were fortunate enough to see them. They went to go see Taylor Swift. I think it was
Hmm.
year and a half, whenever it was, and they were supporting, and they were like for both bands, they were screaming. So it was like a perfect match. But it was great because obviously they're on that tour, and that will be Paramore will be someone's like eye opener as well because it was like
Mhm.
obviously you go there for Taylor Swift, but you're not expecting what Paramore would bring, um,
Hmm.
or what they do bring, I should say, and with that sort of like heaviness, but with that power as well, especially in Haley's vocals.
Hmm.
It's crazy, but one day, yeah, again, that moment will be for someone else. But you've had yours with the album, with Brand New Eyes, which is a great album. And Enter Shikari, I love Enter Shikari. Um, I've had Rao on the show before,
Oh,
um,
cool.
and I got a funny, well, I say funny story. They supported my old band for their
Oh,
first ever
really?
for their first ever London show many years ago. Like we're talking like, sorry you're not a winner demo kind of
Uh-huh.
era.
Okay.
They opened for my band in London. And then they went off to be, they just kept going.
Skyrocketed.
Yeah, yeah. But they were great. They were like, in like, over the years, watching them sort of like evolve and develop into what they've become as well. They've not stayed still on one thing. They've kind of
Hmm.
danced with a lot of different genres sort of writing styles and stuff like that, especially Raoul going into sort of more operatic side of things as well, sort of that cinematic side of things. And he was in he did War of the Worlds on stage as well.
Yeah, yeah. I
That,
saw that.
which was like oh amazing. But it was just
I,
like
I didn't see it. I saw it on social media. I wasn't
oh
there.
okay,
Sorry.
fine. I didn't get to go to the show. I thought, oh, but no, I mean that in itself is amazing. Sort of like just watching what this person has become and how they've just kept going and kept wanting to learn and kept wanting to sort of push themselves, and yet still creating these amazing Shikari albums as well, which is great. And Flash of Color is a great album there as well. But no, fantastic choices. I've heard all of those, but I'm gonna go back and listen to those, especially Aerosmith Pump, because that is as now I've not have I've got this box set somewhere in this room. It's called the Box of Fire, and it's about 20 CDs, all Aerosmith albums, and
Oh,
it's
wow.
like match. It's got this matchbox like handle on it. Where you
Yeah, yeah.
it's just like yeah, it's great. I'll find it.
That's great.
So I'm gonna but I've got one last question for you guys, and I'll let you get on with the rest of your evening. What hobbies do you have away from music? So when you're not doing the whole band thing, when you're not doing Seven Blood, you're not promoting it, you're not writing it, you're not doing live anything. Is there anything else outside of that you do? Like, do you collect something? Do you do something activity wise? What hobbies do you guys have? And it could be as geeky as possible. There's no judgment here as well.
Yeah, it's okay. I like running, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, running half marathon, did a
Yep.
marathon already. Yeah, things like that.
Cool.
I just, yeah, helps me just to clear my mind and yeah.
Cool.
I'm still looking for my second passion. So
Okay.
I like photography,
Okay.
but I also try to start it to sew with the
Yeah.
sewing machine. So I'm still on my expedition.
Still searching out that hobby. That's fine. I always like to ask because it's always like, I mean, I've got nerdy hobbies outside of this, and it's always fun to ask, like, especially like musicians, because like notoriously a lot of them are, there's a lot of geeky, nerdy types.
That's right. I mean, and I mean, music is such a big field and really it really, yeah, sucks you up. And so there's not too much time left.
No, no, that's the thing, and I'm always interested if that people make time for other stuff, just so they can get that balance.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But Azaria, Oli, thank you very much for joining me today, everybody. Seven Blood's debut album, Life is Just a Phase, is out on November the 21st. It is available across all platforms, including physical product. You can go to sevenblood.com. You can pre-order the albums on vinyl, splatter vinyl as well, I'm seeing here. You've got CDs, you've got t-shirts, you got t-shirts?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
Sorry, I couldn't see them there for a second. You got t-shirts, you got everything you'd ever want, and it'll come direct from Germany as well. So we'll be good on that. But yeah, you've got all your music videos on the website, all the tickets available for the upcoming shows as well. You've got ticket links everywhere. So go see them, support. There's everything on Fodes and Evil, and Lestelle as well. They're coming to England, the Fighting Cocks in Kingston. Um, and I'm sure you'll be back as well. Hopefully later in the year as well, or late next year, I should say, as well in 2026, promoting this album of yours. But Oli Azaria, thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
having
so
us.
much for your time.